Hey students, this is the correct chapter 8, and I had some trouble with it, and I'm going to give you points for the trouble that I've had with it. But this spreadsheet passed the grader, so it should be just fine for you. I'm not going to go through every single step of this, but I am going to give you the basics of what needs to be done. So the first thing we need to do is add a conditional function in cell M3 to calculate the average satisfaction service for store 251. So that's going to be right here. It's an average if function, and we're looking at whether or not it's store 51, and then we're going to average the column E4 to cells E33 and find the average of just the store 251. So it's average if absolute cell address B4 to B33, that's where we find the store number, with L3, which is the store number here we're looking for, and the range then we're looking for to average is E4 to E33. And then you'll copy those down. I had trouble with rank average. I believe this is the correct formula, but I couldn't get it to work, and the only reason I can think of is because these are decimal points and these are not. So it may not be able to find the rank between these whole numbers using the decimal points. So this is going to be 8 points, and I'm going to add that back automatically to each one of your assignments. The next thing we need to do is to enter a function in cell M11 to calculate the number of survey responses in which restaurant 251 received a 2 or less. So that's in cell M11. So it's a count if, and it's a long formula. We're counting if the store in cells B4 to B33 is 251, the value here in L11, and we're going to count C4 to C33, then we're going to count L10, which is less than or equal to 2, and the criterion range then will be E4 to E33. And then you're going to copy that down. We've talked about the rank average. Now we're going to go to the wait time worksheet and enter a function in cell F6 that calculates the wait time value of the first quartile. Let's see, cell what? I'm sorry. F6. So we found the quartile from cells B3 to B12. We're going to look at the wait times and compare it to the quartile is number 1, and then we'll copy that down so it will use quartile 2 and quartile 3. Standard deviation is pretty simple. Standard deviation of a sample, and the variance of the times is variance of a sample C3 to C12. Looking at the customer satisfaction. Then we do the data analysis on the analysis toolpath, complete the input criterion using the wait time and the customer satisfaction data in columns B and C. Set the output functions to display in cell E10. Do not include column labels in the range, and resize the columns as needed to display the results. So that's what we've done here. use the analysis toolpath to figure out these values in columns 1 and column 2 of the wait time chart. Survey worksheet, we're going to, let's see, a forecast sheet that predicts the customer satisfaction ending at the duration of 2.3 based on the time services data provided in columns B and C. Name the newly created worksheet forecast and resize the chart to fill the range A17 to A30. So here you see that we have used the analysis toolpath. Actually, we did, let me see if I can find it here for you. The forecast sheet. So you're going to select forecast sheet on the data tab and it's going to create this for you. And then you're going to create the histogram, and that's going to come from the data analysis and select histogram and select OK. And here's the histogram that shows you the frequency and the cumulative times. And I think that'll do it.